This home just recently sold for $415,000 in Sneads Ferry, North Carolina. But here's what's interesting. That same amount of money can buy you something completely different depending on what neighborhood you're looking at. Today, I'll show you this home, the neighborhood, and what buyers can realistically expect at this price point around Camp Lejeune. If you're not familiar with Sneads Ferry, it's located just south of Camp Lejeune and a short drive over to the beautiful Topsail Beach. A lot of military families do enjoy living in this area because it's a bit slower paced and gives them access to the beach, which is a great choice if you're spending some time here around Camp Lejeune to make the most of your time here. Over the last several years, we've seen a lot of growth in Sneads Ferry. It is really expanding with new neighborhoods, new shopping, restaurants. The area is growing and it's growing pretty quick. It definitely has a different feel than living in Jacksonville. Things are a little slower paced here. You'll find that things are a bit more spread out, and people around here just really love spending time at the water and that casual beach lifestyle. Now, before we actually tour the home, I want to tell you a little bit about the neighborhood it's located in. And the reason this is important is because you'll find a lot of variety in home pricing based on the neighborhood that home is located in. Even if the neighborhood is just right next to each other, there can still be a lot of difference in pricing for same square footage and same style home. The reason there's so much variety here is because these subdivisions within Sneads Ferry have different levels of amenities. So the neighborhood that we are looking at right now, it is managed by an HOA, but they don't have any amenities in this neighborhood. Right next door, you'll find another neighborhood where price points are quite a bit higher. And that higher price point is supported by the amenities in that neighborhood. So that neighborhood has things like a neighborhood pool, water access, tennis courts, fitness center, clubhouse, and those kind of amenities really add to the value of the home. So this exact same home, same square footage, same everything, if it was located in this neighborhood right next door, we'd be looking at a different price point. That's why it's so important to understand the neighborhoods in Sneads Ferry or anywhere that you're landing. And it's why I really encourage my clients to do a bit of research, not just on the house, but on the neighborhood where they're landing. So this neighborhood in particular, we are looking at Nautical Reach. This neighborhood, like I said, it doesn't have any extra amenities, but this was built in the early 2010s, mid 2010s. Most of these houses were built probably 2013 to 2018. That's my estimate there. Additionally, the location of the neighborhood is pretty important when we're looking at Sneads Ferry because this is a town that's pretty darn close to the beach. And some of the homes in Sneads Ferry actually have water access. So the location of the neighborhood is pretty important when we consider the pricing of the home. This neighborhood, we are a 6-minute drive to the Topsail Beach access, which is pretty amazing. Now, keep in mind that 6 minutes is only if there's not traffic. So rare day for that, but Google Maps does say 6-minute drive. Otherwise, beyond just looking at the beach, this neighborhood is pretty centrally located in terms of getting to the grocery store and getting to restaurants and things like that in town. It's also got a pretty easy commute if you're going to the back gate of Camp Lejeune or if you're going to the Stones Bay area of Camp Lejeune. Okay, with all that information out of the way, let's go ahead and take a look at the house. We're going to start outside, and as you can see, this house has got a nice big corner lot, a very big yard here in the front with a side garage, which always looks nice. And then I'll take you right inside. Okay, as we're speeding through this tour, I'm going to give you some quick details about this home. It's 2,630 square feet. We have 4 bedrooms, 2.5 bathrooms. This home recently had all new flooring installed downstairs. So the whole downstairs has that nice updated hard floor. Downstairs also has the half bath, and then there are 2 separate living areas. In the kitchen, they've upgraded the countertops to be granite, added in a backsplash. And then here I'm showing you the dining room. So with these homes in this neighborhood and a lot of the homes that were constructed around this time, around 2014, they have that coffered ceiling and the wainscoting. They've got a screened-in back porch, nice fenced-in backyard. These are things that I find people really gravitate towards. In the master bedroom, you can see the tray ceilings, another pretty common feature, as well as the deep garden tub, and then great big master closet. And the cool thing about this one is the master closet walks right into the laundry room, which I think is so smart, and then comes right back out to the hallway. Now, there are 3 additional bedrooms that you're going to see here, all with big, deep walk-in closets. There is the second full bath with a separate door to go into the shower and toilet, which is so nice. And this final bedroom here. So would I consider this home a good example of what you can get for $415,000 in Sneads Ferry? Yes, I think this home meets a lot of what military buyers are looking for. Things like a well-maintained home or a newer home. That's what I see a lot of people gravitating towards. A functional layout, a neighborhood that feels friendly and feels family oriented. That's definitely the feeling driving through this area. Additionally, this home's got a big garage, things that I find people are really attracted to. Fenced in yard and easy access to base and easy access to the beach. Of course, everyone is looking for something different, whether you might be looking for more land or for a shorter commute or easy access to the water. That's why I think it's so important for my clients to first decide what is most important to them in regards to location. And once we know those location priorities, I can help you find the neighborhood that meets that, and we can find the right house within that neighborhood. Now, for your comparison, a budget of $415,000 is going to get you something very different in the different areas surrounding Camp Lejeune. For example, in Holly Ridge, for this price range, you're looking at likely getting between 1,900 to 2,300 square feet, likely in older home, maybe about the same time range as what this one was built. Also with some new construction sprinkled in there, new construction sometimes is able to get you a little bit of a lower price. If we move up to Jacksonville, this budget is going to get you a whole lot farther. We're looking at homes that are mostly between 2,800 to over 3,000 square feet, and a lot of newer homes in this range of $415,000. Now, if we move out to Richlands, you're going to get even more bang for your buck. We're looking at 5, even 6 bedroom homes, significant square footage, around 2,900 square feet, including a lot more space. So if lot size is big for you, it's an important thing for you to have a bit more land, and you've got this budget, you're looking pretty good for finding a house that meets those requirements out in Richlands. And then lastly, if we move down to Hampstead, this is where you're going to find the most limitations in this budget, because Hampstead does tend to be a higher cost of living area. So the homes that are in this price range down there, 1,700 square feet, maybe up to 2,100 square feet. And you're also looking at homes that are a little bit older, maybe a little bit less well maintained than the home we just toured from Sneads Ferry. And I share this comparison with you because just as it's important to compare the homes you're looking at, it's also important to compare the communities you're looking at and the location that you land around Camp Lejeune, because each different area around here has a different feel, a different vibe, a different lifestyle, and it's going to mean something different for your budget. Now, if you are trying to figure out where you should live around Camp Lejeune, be sure to subscribe to this channel. I already have quite a few videos outlining different areas around Camp Lejeune, and I've got more coming. If you want some direct help, please feel free to reach out to me. I would love to help you find home right here around Camp Lejeune. Okay, bye.